today's episode of Summa Talkies, I'm in conversation with Tushara Matthew, aka RJ Tushara, who is a radio jockey with Radio Mango 91.9, which is a Kerala based FM station, and is also a voiceover artist, sings also, models also. Yeah, I'm not at all jealous.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah. We on, bruh. Like we
Hey,
are
bro.
well on. No? Nice. Dude, what a trippy background. I have to like get back to it because that time I didn't tape it. So this is for
Yeah.
taping. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should get. There are stories to tell about this trippy bag. I mean, not many
Go
stories.
for it. But hey, I've seen this. But I've seen this in a lot of these hipster markets. You know, like when you go to all these hipster places and stuff. No, they'll always have this one on.
That's where it. And I've
That's where it
always
came.
wanted to get something like this for home, so I went to. It was on a trip to Varkala. That I think it's exactly a year ago now. Like I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh shit, I wish I could go back to that day. But during my first trip to Varkala, and then there's this flea market sort of a thing. So we were walking down, and then this thing catches my eye, and there were two of these colors. There's a green and a pink one, and I was like. I was like, obviously, like there was no confusion about both because this one was the most appealing one because it had this beautiful like elephant design on it and things like that. And obviously, like we Indians are very good at bargaining. Did a bit of my showed out a bit of my bargaining skills. And
so, what was the actual cost and what did you get it down to?
like she asked me $1,000 for this, and I got it for $350.
Perfect, dude. That's only the value of it. Okay, it'll be some $200 worth this thing.
Yeah.
Especially these hipster places. Okay, I went to Hampi. I think Hampi is also one this thing. Okay, Hampi is that place which tries too hard to be Goa. Like every by street tries selling itself to Goa. I'm like, dude, why are you even doing this? Like you guys have your own stuff and like it's so beautiful and you might as well just and I remember and a couple of them actually ended up shopping as a player. Like, we want to go shopping, and when my friends just look at each other, we're like, okay, whatever, because we knew like it's going to be really bad, right? And we ended up going there, and dude, for the amount of stuff we saw, it was so unreasonable. Like it is ridiculous.
I totally agree with you because the same thing happened here. So we were talking to that lady at the shop, and she assumed that I was not from Kerala or something, and I was some like North Indian lady and something. So she's like, ah.
Hi, ഞാൻ RJ തുഷാര. ഇന്ന് എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഷോയിലുള്ളത് ഗേൾസ് കാ ഹാർട്ട് ത്രോബ് ഹേ അല്ലേ? ഗേൾസ് കാ ഹാർട്ട് ത്രോബ് ഹേ അല്ലേ?
₹1,000 do didi, and I'm like, hello, bro. And I speak to her in Malayalam. She's like, Malayali aano? I said, Malayali aanu.
He collectively lost it.
Yeah, she's like, okay, this is not going to work with her. She's a Malayali. Nothing is going to work with her here.
Very good. Be everywhere. You want moon, we are there. Mars, dude, like I'm actually surprised. Why did anyone put a mission to Mars before Elon Musk? Dude, some Malayali should have probably like come up and told, no?
We are there everywhere. They say it will happen to you. Malayali, it's happened to you, man.
I swear. They're like an inevitable part of life. Especially if you're living down South India. Like they will happen to you. You don't have to do anything. They like there, there are people who are like, how can a Malayali person? How can I meet up? I'm like, do nothing. You just go on with your daily life. You'll come across one. It's okay.
That's what Christ is all about, right? Like when I joined Christ, I still remember I was like, I've lived all my life in Chennai, and although I'm a Malayali settled in Chennai, so when I came to Christ, I was like, oh, I landed up in my own uru or what? Okay, I'm back to my roots. I'm in Kerala. I don't feel like I'm in Bangalore. I feel like I'm in Kerala. It was more of like that for me.
Listen. I just like how we've just like gone 3.5 minutes into this, assuming that of course all your fans are like going to like come and storm this stuff and whatnot. But you have to give intro. Okay, like I have to give a little bit of intro. I have to say what you're doing, and then you have to, dude. Like I've always realized this. Your profession, it has this one tone, right? Like, do you realize it? Like it's like when I'm normally talking right now. This is how I normally talk, even when I'm talking, no. But it's just like the anchor tone, if that's like the right word, no, to it. Like, hey, so that sort of thing. So for the uninitiated. Tushara is an RJ with Radio Mango, which is a radio station based out of Cochin. And I've been super fortunate to actually tell you this, that we were college mates once upon a time.
Oh,
And
right. Once upon a time. Don't make
Yeah,
it sound so old.
yeah, dude, it's 7 years back, dude. Time is like run out, dude. I swear to God. Like, I have these 18-year-olds coming and telling me, they're like, Anna, Manna, first Anna. First parents only is what I tell them. Okay. So Tushara is that. She's been a media personality. She was a journalist with the Hindu or the
No, the
Indian
New
Express.
Indian Express. Yeah,
New Indian Express. She was with the Indian Express for a while, and then after that, RJ. She's an RJ now. It is so cool because
Sounds very
I
cool.
see that now. Shut up, okay. It must be a high pressured job. I'm sure like the work hours are intense and all that
That's
stuff.
what I was getting to, yeah.
But you also have your share of this thing. Not like any job is easy.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you're actually getting to rub with some of the
No,
of
I'm
the
so
most.
glad you said that because most people don't think that way. Most people don't understand it that way. Of course, I love my job and it's fun. Like it's more than anything else, it's fun because you get to the office and all you see are happy faces and like you have to be happy all the time. It's not very easy to be happy all the time, even when you're like when you're having your own like little battles inside or wherever, and then you go to the office. The minute you enter the gate, this is how you're supposed to be. Throughout the so my show is 4 hours. I do the morning show, 4 hours, and I also have a weekend show which is like 2 hour show. So
Right.
throughout the show, this is what you're supposed to have when you talk because this is only like audio wise, right? So when someone listens to you, you should convey that happiness, and the best way to convey happiness is to put a smile on your face. So first of all, that is very difficult many a times to be happy all the time. Secondly, working hours is fine, but I mean, I don't know if I'm so used to it now because I work from my shift is from 5:30 to 2:30. I have to go to office at 5:30 in the morning because my show starts at 6 in the morning. And to be full of energy at 6 in the morning is a task without coffee, without anything else. So, what I generally do, people ask me like, "How is it that you're so energetic in the morning?" Honestly, like that's not what they see. They have to see a video of me. I am like this in the morning. I'm not a morning person at all, but I'm doing a morning show.
But see, that is also a lot of skill, no? That's why now I want you to just give me a little bit of segue to that, right? Like genuinely say, and I'm not like just telling this to like pull your leg or something. How much of a difference is there in that tone, the RJ tone? And I wanted to say anchor because I wanted to basically hide away the RJ part now that we've anyways
Ta-da!
ta-da. Okay, what's the difference between that tone, your normal speaking tone, where you're like, hey man, how's it going? What's life and all that, and then the hello, whatever your segue to like talking to listeners is like, just guide me through that, no? Because I've found it to be very
Honestly,
interesting.
honestly, like I think my friends would be the best people to answer this because I've got a lot of comments from my friends. That's when you realize that okay, your tone is changing. Okay,
Yeah, it
so
does, dude.
initially now it's been 2 years into this industry, like into the radio industry. Obviously, like I've also seen a like growth in myself in terms of voice and like how my voice modulations have changed. Like initially, I didn't know what was the difference. Like you said, I was like, is there even a difference? You just got to be you. But then I realized when you go on air,
There's
you need
actually
to
a
be
lot of
full of
difference.
energy, especially if you're
Yeah.
doing a morning show. You have to be full of energy because literally you're waking up the city with
Right.
your voice and things like that. So you can't be like and people will come and throw stones at you. So you got to be like energetic. So eventually, what happened was me trying to make myself sound energetic. I am generally like very like
Yeah,
jumpy
you're
in like
quite jumpy in
yeah, you
general.
know
Yeah,
me.
right.
So yeah. So me trying to make my voice like a little more energetic or things like that eventually became like that in my life also. Like
Right.
I've become like that wherein my friends are like, why are you talking like you're talking on the radio? And I'm like, I'm just like this now. I don't know.
That's just influence getting rubbed on like one
Yeah.
massive.
Massive level, which
Yeah.
is not a
So there
bad
was
thing,
not,
yeah.
it's not a
It's
bad
never
thing,
a
but then
bad
like
thing,
there
yeah.
was definitely not like nothing put into it to purposely make it like that. It just happened
Yeah,
like that.
true.
It just eventually happened through the growth of that process, I
Hello,
guess.
you have to do live demo. Otherwise, I'm not going further. That's all. Dude,
Nobody.
5 words, dude. What is this, dude?
But
Something
so
you dare, dude.
so technically, like I mean, generally people make fun of me because the way I say my name on the radio is like they call me Tushara with double sha. So I stress on my sha a bit so that
Like
that's how like
Tushara.
something like that.
Okay.
So I'm like
Okay.
so my radio station is the frequency is 91.9. So you go
Okay.
like, hey, good morning. This is Tushara and Radio Mango 91.9. So I have this way of saying it like
La,
that.
la, la, la,
And then
la. See,
yeah,
this is so cool. I love that, dude. Because no, like with me, right? Like my
yeah,
speaking voice and my singing voice are the same. Okay, like
yeah.
it's not very often that like people who have heard me very often or even once in like some blue moon they've heard the minute they hear this fellow is singing. So that's what it is like. But which is why I find the voice modulation thing very fascinating, right? Because this you have that voice and then you have this. So I don't have that at all, dude. I've tried that so many times. Never works with me, dude. It's never
Also,
for me.
one main thing is like, so sometimes we also do voiceovers in our stations, like when the ads and all come.
As
So
well,
sometimes, yeah, we all do that. So that voice is very different from the RJ voice again. That has to be a little more
Ooh.
dramatic. Like that is where you put in a fake, not fake generally, but then you're trying to be someone else because you're trying to play someone's character, right? So
Right,
that voice is very different from this. So for
right.
me to do a voiceover is very difficult. I can't do it. I can't fake it. Honestly, I
Okay,
can't fake it.
okay,
So
okay.
so yeah, that is another section to voices actually. If you're talking about voice modulations and stuff, that is something that you get to learn again. Like, I'm like
Right.
that is one way of also improving your voice modulations by
Mm,
doing a lot of voiceovers and stuff where you get to know, okay, this is how you're supposed to stress on this word, or this is how
mm,
you're supposed to say this word, and then that's how
mm.
the emotion is conveyed through audio, like because you're not seeing, so you have to convey all of that through the audio or your voice. So that's actually quite a bit of a task. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So how did this happen, dude? Like I know, so you finished your PP with Christ, if I'm not wrong.
No, I did my JP. Yeah,
You
JP.
did, yeah, you did your JP, and then I'm assuming you were in the journalism scene for a while.
Yeah, no, I actually finished my undergrad and then I immediately went for my postgrad to SIMB. I did my master's in journalism. Then
Oh yeah,
during
that was the brief modeling stint, no?
oh, yeah, that was the modeling thing. I was
Hey,
just
you
like
don't have
sitting.
to listen. You don't have to downplay it. Your pictures are actually nice. Okay, you know it. You know it. You want me to tell it? Okay, I'll tell
No,
it. Take
but
it. Okay.
no, but you have to also know that I'm very camera shy person. Like honestly, like when
Yeah.
I say this, people don't be like, oh, don't bullshit. But honestly, like I get very nervous. I'm like Chandler Bing when I have to face the camera. So all of
Okay.
the shots that you see are candid shots. Because
Okay.
if they ask me to smile, I'm like,
And dude,
how
I
do
even
I
made a
smile?
meme out of one of them, dude. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you did. I remember.
Yeah.
So that was just like helping out some photography friends on campus with their assignments and stuff. That's all. Like last
Right,
minute.
right.
That was the thing. But yeah, so I did my masters from there, and then during that course, I did a couple of internships with some TV channels and like
Hmm.
newspapers and stuff. I interned with CNN and India Today TV and all that stuff.
Right.
I actually did want to intern with a radio station then, but then I
Hmm.
didn't get the opportunity then, so I chose something else. So I wanted to know how the radio works because I felt the radio
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
very
Go for
nice
it.
medium.
Yeah. Go for
Yeah.
it.
But I couldn't do it then. So what happened was then eventually like I got into a job and then I got a job at Indian Express and it was at home, Chennai. So I thought, okay, good, like, I'll work here for some time and all that stuff.
Hmm.
I did work.
Hmm.
It was a great experience. I was into features. I did a lot of city based, like some things that I like art, music, dance, and all. I covered a lot, especially because December is Margarika season in Chennai.
Hmm.
So that was
Hmm. Hmm.
like wow for me because I got a lot of beautiful stories. I got to meet a lot of people. I made a lot of contacts. So that was a nice time. But
Right,
then
right.
somewhere always radio was there in the back of my head because mainly more than writing, I think I like talking more and like two
Okay.
things that I love that I can't ever let go of is my talking and music, like beat listening or whatever. Like I love these things. And these two things came together in a package in radio. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, let me try exploring this thing. And it was a very random
Like, yeah. So how
application
did
that
it
I sent.
happen? Like, okay. So you sent the application, or did
Yeah, I
someone
sent
just
the
okay?
application. No,
Hmm.
I randomly sent an application to radio stations. And I wanted to also like leave Chennai for a while because I was in Chennai for a year, like been Chennai all my life. But then I wanted to. I never honestly like I'm doing something that I never thought I would do because I never thought I'd settle down in Kerala. I was
Hmm.
always for some reason like because I grew up in Chennai, I'm like, okay, I don't think I'll ever go settle down in Kerala. So it is like a challenge for me also in many ways. I'm like, although Kochi is comparatively like a metro city compared to the other parts of Kerala, but I
Parts of
was
Kerala.
very skeptical about this decision. But then I wanted to
Right.
challenge myself too. So I simply applied, and then I got called for the first round of interview. It went clueless because I didn't know how to give an interview for a radio station. If it was a newspaper or a TV station, I knew how exactly I should have
How to
prepared
go
and
about
things
it
like
at
that.
least.
Yeah, this one I was clueless about. I go there, and it was more of like a chat than an interview. So I
Okay.
was like, so by the end of it, I came out and my mom's like, "How is it?" I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "What an answer is that? What sort of an answer is that? I don't know." I said, "I honestly don't know if I did well or not, but then it was fun." She was like, "Fun? No, interviewer." I was like, "I don't know." So till I got the call for the next interview, I was really clueless about what was going to happen. And then I
Right.
get my second call, and then I come for the second round of interview, and then it goes well. And still, I'm clueless because I don't know what they're like looking for, or what if I've done well, have I met their expectations, and all that stuff is still a question for me. And also because I have another limitation, I've not studied in Kerala much, so I only did my very primary kindergarten education in Kerala. So I do
Right,
not
right, right.
know to read
So
or
your
write
family is
Malayalam
in
properly.
Chennai right now, is it?
Yeah, my family is in Chennai, so I am here
Oh,
only.
okay, okay.
So I
Okay.
don't know to read and write Malayalam properly. Like I can read
Hmm.
barely like anything in Malayalam. So that was again one worry that okay, if I'm going to work
Yeah.
with a radio station, I don't know
Radio
to read.
station, you'll have to.
Yeah, yeah. But then thankfully, like I
The
mean, like they
demographics are different.
also, yeah, because Kochi is a metro city, and plus I have to read. I am reading now. I'm like starting to read the
Starting to figure
newspaper
it
and
out.
stuff like that. So I'm doing that. I can read basic, but then I
Hmm.
still can't write. Also, because in terms of speaking, I'm okay with like speaking Malayalam. And my show also is I'm portrayed also as a person who's come from Chennai. So I'm generally the person who speaks a little bit of English and Malayalam. So my show is also based on. So they've given me a show which is comfortable for me. So which again was a
Right.
very good thing for me also because I was able to adjust into that, and I was very happy that I got something like that, which I didn't have to change myself or anything. Instead, they
Hmm.
gave me a
Hmm.
show that they thought was perfect for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
in that ways, and within a year of coming, so I used to do the evening drive time show when I came first, and then I got the breakfast show, which is a huge thing because doing a breakfast show in a radio station is a big deal.
I see.
And then also within a year of coming here, I am also like now doing two shows. Like as of now, because of the corona scenes and everything that is stopped, it is a weekend show, which is a celebrity chat show about music again, something that I love a lot. So celebrities coming every weekend, and then they talk about their favorite playlist, like 10 songs that is like their favorite songs and memories about those songs and stuff like that. So it's a very interactive sort of music ratio again, something very close to my heart. So
Right.
yeah, I'm in a very happy place right now, I guess.
That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing to start with. And you've been like with this for 2 years now.
Yeah, I'll be completing 2 years this June actually.
Okay. So
And
how do you
I've
think
seen a
like?
lot of things in between that too, like the floods, I was here. Now,
Oh
Corona,
yeah,
I'm
dude.
here.
Holy shit. Yeah.
So it's a,
Man.
yeah,
Like,
it is
how was it?
kind
Like,
of very
okay, listen, how was it? See, one thing is you left your family and then you've settled in Kerala and all that jazz. How was it, man? Like, how was it navigating through those times? Like 15 for me was such a disaster because I didn't have my family with me.
yeah, yeah.
Can't even like start. So it was like that for me. So how was it like, man? Like, how did you like
It was
manage through
it
those
was actually
times?
fine because main thing because during the floods, if I'm talking like mainly my we were all in the station. We were all together in the studios, like all RJs,
Okay.
all producers, all of us, regardless of our work timings or shift timings, we were all there together during that time. And that was
Right.
my first such experience. Like I've not like seen anything
Yeah.
like that. I've not been part
Oh,
of
I don't
anything
think
like
any of
that.
us have. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and during this time, radio obviously played a major role because more than newspapers are like, I mean, due to current issues and all, like there are, I mean, like electric issues and stuff, TVs might not be working, but radios come into play that time. And we were passing information, we were giving out information, we were helping out people like in if there is a vehicle with some essential goods that has to be delivered to some place,
Okay.
we were connecting
Hmm.
people, we were sending out rescue information to people. So we were actually like we were all standing in 2-3 studios there and coordinating continuously over this thing. One of us was doing the show, and when that person does a show for 4 hours, the other person does another for another 4. So everybody was there, and we were all working together. And that is when we realized, okay, we are actually doing something. And that you feel, and every time you hear a success story of someone who's waiting for
Just be
rescue, they
able
get
to.
rescued.
Mm,
That moment you feel like, you feel
Oh
that
man,
relief, and
you're
you
a
feel
part of this. That's
happiness.
so cool.
Yeah, so in that terms, like, it was such a learning for me personally, like, and being here for the first time. And even now, like, hearing this corona phase also right now, like, if you see, like, we were working from home until now, like, all of us were working from
Yeah,
home
yeah,
with
yeah.
our own.
How was that like? So do you actually have the equipment home, or how was it like? Were you
No.
sending them, like, how did it
So
work?
we were doing it through phones. We were recording the links. That's what we call them, links through phones, and we were sending them across.
Okay.
It is only like now that this week, Tuesday, we started going live. So we've been going to the office now live, and we've been doing shows live at it. So yeah, but like we've been like they say, the show must go on, no? So that nothing can stop
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
yeah.
We've been doing the show so far, and connecting with
Mm-hmm.
people, trying. So we're mostly focusing on things positive and happy. So
Mm.
again, our show is also based on everything positive, making people happy. Like during this time, what they need is like a lot of happiness and positivity also, most than it, because they're reading everything. Like people are watching news and everything can be stressful at some point of time. So to
Yeah,
reduce
yeah.
that stress,
Totally.
we're mostly focusing on like things that make them happy, like that make them like less stressful and things like that.
That's
Plus,
so
along with sharing like valid and authentic
contacts and
information.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, dude, that is like so important because if man, like, if WhatsApp could do one favor to this planet right now, that would probably be disabling the forward option, like
That's
by
true.
just passing an update or something. No, like, because it's the same public that believes in forwarding an information. They won't know that if you can copy and paste the same thing, it'll work. Okay, but it'll actually reduce. Okay,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that actually reminds me, the other day, I got this forward. So I have this Chennai gang, like my Chennai school gang on WhatsApp group.
Ha ha
And I
ha
get
ha.
that there was this forward that came. I'm sure you must have seen it, about it was something that was forwarded apparently by the WHO, it seems, because it had a WHO logo on it, and it was about relaxed lockdown or something like that. Like apparently the WHO has given us a list of dates that we can actually not take lockdown and then take something like that. Okay, there was a
Okay.
structure that was given, but the WHO logo was given on top, and that's exactly why that person actually forwarded that on the group. So I was like, that doesn't seem right. But then there's also a WHO logo and things on it, so maybe it's right. But then I was like, wait, let me just go check. And it took exactly less than 2 minutes for me to go to their Instagram page and their official site and check. And there was no such information there. Then I simply Googled it to find that there is actually a fake news that has been spreading like this with the WHO logo. So then I realized
See,
it hardly takes 2 minutes for anyone to
and
Photoshop
dude,
the
I'll
logo
be
and put
honest
it
with
there.
you, and man, I don't know if you are on me with this because a lot of them aren't. I honestly don't want to take WHO seriously anymore, dude. Especially after that January tweet of them just saying Corona is no evidence that we do have Corona. There's no human evidence that Corona is like a human-to-human transmission disease. I'm like, dude, that is a blunder. I don't think even like a small scale industry should make. Like, it's not even funny. Like it's WHO taking WhatsApp forwards like on a Twitter level on a
No,
verified
that's
profile.
I
That
know.
was
So
that
no,
was
the thing is
man, that
exactly. I
was
totally
bad.
understand
Yeah.
what you're saying, but then the thing
Yeah.
is, as I was trying to say was, see, it hardly takes anyone 2 minutes to Photoshop anything and make you believe that that's
Yeah,
true.
don't
So,
tell me
but
about it.
all you got to do is just spend 2 minutes of your time to Google it
Just to Google
and
it.
see if it's true.
But
Like,
people
because
don't know, Baba.
people
For
don't do that.
instance,
That's what.
now see, this is running for some time, and I'm sure we're going to be talking a little bit for more, right? And the only thing that people keep telling me is that why is it so lengthy? You should probably cut it down to this thing. I'm like, boss, see, okay, unfortunately, we're the Instagram generation. At least our immediate below whatever you want to call those kids, right?
Yeah. Kids.
Right, and they live in that, dude. So if I go by that, like I was actually speaking to a marketer, and he was just telling me, he's like his life has become that, right? Like first it was 10 seconds, then it reduced to like some number of seconds. Now it's like some barely missable number, dude, like shwi, and it has to get done. So he has to actually design his template or whatever it is in that shwi ka type.
Oh, right.
Okay, and
Yeah.
and how difficult it is. Like he just keeps telling. Sometimes it's so difficult to kind of just. I mean, there are times you get into the zone and you do the work and you do a decent job.
Yeah.
But there are sometimes you're just like, what is this happening over here? You know, like, Amma, yeah, dude, tell me about it. Like, that's a fact that I keep getting for just starting this stuff. But yeah, I am not going to fail.
Don't give up. It's okay. If this makes you happy, do it. Do what makes you happy
I
because you only live once.
swear.
Yeah.
I swear. Tell me about it. So, what's been otherwise happening? How are your lockdown activities going about? And
So
what is
lockdown
that?
has been so far so good actually. So the first few days I just did nothing but sleep because honestly, like getting up at 5:30 was not my cup of tea. Not even getting up at 5:30. Getting up at 5 o'clock and being in office at 5:30 was not my cup of tea. Although I've been doing it for I don't know how. So first few days was just like yes, I finally get to wake up at 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So that was the first couple of days, and then I realized like I can't like waste all my day like this. So
Hmm.
apart from the regular work that was happening, I did do a couple of things like brush up on a couple little bit of my singing skills and stuff, which I had like
Where
kept
level?
under the blanket for a longest time. Then
Uh,
I entered the kitchen not to eat but to cook. My mom was very
about time.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was like, "What?" Because generally I only go in there to grab some food and then come out. I don't stand there to cook and all
Hmm.
that stuff. So this
Hmm.
time I actually took time to learn a couple of things and like make a couple of things. So I was very obviously with the help of my grandmama. I was at my granny's place at that time
Right.
and so did like a bit so they were also happy and my grandparents were very happy and then we made TikTok videos. Made my grandma and grandpa act in a TikTok video. So they and like they were so happy and my grandpa was so good like full timing and all he did and I was like wow nice and
Killing.
yeah
Grandfather
and
is killing it.
yeah, totally,
Half
man.
us totally
So,
killing it. Yeah. Tell me
been
about it.
doing all of that. Then I've been like watching a lot of like I am not generally a series person, honestly, because I don't have the patience to sit and watch things. I don't generally, other than like Friends, which is the first series that I started watching. So
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, I've actually been very happy that I'm sitting down and trying to watch a lot of series and movies. Like I'm watching a lot of movies.
Okay.
Trying to read a lot. Trying to read a lot. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also like chota chota sa writing, and also I'm learning photography. Yeah, which is something that I'm
Crazy.
very
So,
close to.
okay. So how are you? Like, do you have the equipment? Do you have a camera, or are you just using a phone camera? How are you?
I am using my phone camera and also like I have a friend who's a photographer. So he's a professional photographer. So he has a camera. So he's been like also like teaching me like things like the technicalities and technical terms and stuff through video call and stuff like that. So that
Crazy.
has also been happening of late.
That's
Yeah.
damn cool, dude. That's
Yeah.
damn cool. Tell me more on the shows that you've been like watching. Some of the TV shows that you've probably been watching or something like that.
So for people who know me really well know that I love depressing stuff. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I love depressing stuff and I love
Even
a lot
comedy.
of like psychotic things like psychological thrillers and
Uh,
horror obviously. So
okay.
recently I finished watching Mindhunter and I'm like
Oh
mind
yeah, I'm
blown.
yet to start it. I'm yet to
Oh, you
start it.
should totally watch it. So I'm so sad only 2 seasons are there. I'm just waiting for the third season to come out. And I was like,
Mm.
why is it over? I want to see more. That was exactly me after the end of the season. But yeah,
Mm.
really loved it. And especially like, I love when it's based on true stories. I'm a person who loves to go and like, because I also studied a little bit of psychology. I like to go into how people think and like how in terms of like how their thought process works and why they thought like that or things like what makes them do things. So when I was
Mm.
watching that series it was exactly like I was like wow man that's like pretty cool and then I went and I was googling up and reading up and also like some of the characters not characters some of the serial killers in there are people whom I have personally been following since like forever like or have been reading up about so when I saw them on like on the screen like or their characters being portrayed on the screen I was like mind blown.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was one series I watched. Then I just started watching Hasmukh again.
Oh,
Some
okay.
killing
Where? Where does
Oh,
this come?
Hasmukh is on Netflix. Hasmukh was
Oh,
just
yeah, the Veerdas is this thing. No, right.
yes.
Correct.
So I just started watching that also. Apart
Hmm.
from that, I've been watching a couple of movies and like I watched Extraction and really loved it. I mean,
Okay.
what more than watching Chris Hemsworth and like Randeep Hooda on the screen together? Wow, I was like, wow.
This is just too much adrenaline and energy. Oh my God. Sorry.
I can't take this anymore. It was like that. But it was a
Yeah.
beautiful movie. I really loved it. I thought it was like shot, everything very well. I was seeing the behind the shoot, like how some of the scenes were shot and stuff, and I was like, that is mind blowing, man. That's awesome. So I've been doing like that. These are the things that I've been watching per se, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's
Also
great.
because
Yeah.
we have a limitation of the internet, I can't watch too much also because like now we have the phone throughout the day. So I'm like, what do I watch now? My net is over. And then I play a lot. I play video games.
Tell me. Start.
So
Start it.
initially I started off with Uno and because I was missing my friends. Uno is my favorite game. Uno and
Ah.
Donkey is like my favorite card game. So
Okay.
since I was not being able to see my friends and play with them
Wait, you
because
don't call it
generally
ass. You don't call it
yeah.
ass, but you call it donkey.
Oh, because in I think here people refer to it's called ass, but then like people call it as donkey. So like I have known it as donkey.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's that's
yeah,
that's that's new to me, man.
that's new. Yeah, okay. So as also that's the game that I recently learned. I'm generally like not very good with cards other than like Uno. So like recently I
Hmm.
learned it. So before the lockdown, it was like before all this corona hit, like we have this gang of friends who used to like regularly play these games every day. We come down like at the night before going home or dispersing, or we sit and we play one round of this. So I
Hmm.
was missing that, so I downloaded that on my phone and I started playing that. And now I've come to a point where I'm playing COD. I can't believe I'm playing COD.
Go
So
for it.
I'm like,
Which one is? Are you playing the latest one, Modern Warfare?
yeah, the latest one. So I've just started. Okay, so I'm generally not a person of like I can't play like shooting games and because I get very panicky all the time. I'm like, oh
Uh,
shit. So
uh,
I'm like
uh, uh.
really like into it, and my friends are like trying to make me play PUBG, but I was like, no, I'm not going to get into PUBG.
I don't know, man. Even I never got into that game, dude. Like it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's your jam, but like mobile gaming in general has not been my scene at all. Like
Uh,
I'm just like so obviously so I used to game a lot back in college, okay, because I had a good laptop which could
right.
which could like decently run good games and like good settings and stuff like that. And then after that, what happened? That thing went outdated. It got outdated. And obviously now we couldn't get another this thing because it again involved us going asking our parents, and I wasn't
Yeah.
interested to do that. I can probably afford myself like a console or something like that now. Yeah, man. Fuck. I used to game so much, dude. Like, I don't know. So, are you a shooter person sort of for this thing, or are you somebody who actually goes with story-oriented games? Like, what kind of a gamer are you with whatever
I
little stint of gaming that you've had?
you generally I am like a story oriented or like a arcade game kind of a person. Like I love my
Uh,
Mario and I love my Dave and all that kind of games. I'm very like
those
interested in
games
those
are
kind
always
of
there.
games.
Yeah.
It's the first time that I'm trying something like this. I've never thought like I was always be like I don't think I'll ever play that. I don't think I can ever complete because I get so nervous every time. I'm like, question, I don't know what to do. That's what I am, but I'm just like beginning to slowly get into it. So they're like thinking that I might get into PUBG, but no, to my friends, if you're watching this, I'm not going to get into PUBG.
Yeah, I don't think either I'm gonna get into PUBG because I remember like two of my friends like tried getting me into it. Okay, so I used to
Uh,
have like a phone with a bigger screen. Okay,
right.
and that thing broke apart and whatnot, and all that shit happened to it. Okay, and so a friend of mine, I remember he says, "Let's play PUBG," and how dude, like how downplayed I was at some points. You know, I'm just like, holy shit, I have no idea what is this. Like, dude, it's a fucking game. Can you please download it? And then I downloaded it, and then I realized I've actually played that on the PS4 because a
Oh,
friend of
right,
mine
right,
just put
right,
me
right.
through it, and he's like, just play it, and obviously he sucked at it. Okay,
Yeah.
then I tried playing this. I could somehow get a knack of it, but again, that mobile game just never feels like gaming for me at all. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. And dude, like now I actually see legit people having like equipment for it, and like, you know, I'm like, dude, that's I don't even know, man. I don't know what to say about it also.
I totally get it. So I had a friend of mine who was so against PUBG, and then now like he used to be like, I never play PUBG. This that we used to say all bad things about PUBG, and now he's finally got
He's
into
like,
PUBG, and now we are making fun
hey,
of it.
PUBG is
We're like,
horrible.
hey, I know. I'm like very bad, very bad. And then he's like, I'm
Oh
so
god.
horrible. I'm like, no wonder because you used to curse this game. That's why this game is giving back to you. Up, we used to make fun of it.
Yo. Hmm.
Yeah.
So how come? So how did a listen? So now that you're saying that your parents are in Chennai and everything, how come you did not actually try a Chennai-based radio station but a Kerala-based radio station? Give me that stint, no?
Yeah.
Like,
So
or was it like how did it specifically happen that okay, I'll try in Radio Mango that way? You chose
um
it, you applied and all, but how did that particular radio station happen and why
so
that one?
gen-
More like that.
I mean, there is actually not. I mean, I didn't want, like I said, I didn't want to be in Chennai for some reason. I just wanted to, like, so I'm a true blue
I'm
Gemini.
with
I
you.
get things,
I'm
I
with
get
you.
bored of things
I'm
very
with you.
easily.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Okay. You
No,
don't
I
have to be
love
very
Chennai. There's
diplomatic.
nothing against Chennai. Chennai is
Oh,
always my
oh yeah,
favorite place.
Chennai is love. Chennai is love. I'm telling you. Saravana Bhavan coffee and nothing can beat it. It's the worst fucking place in this planet. Okay.
No, not Sarana Bhavan, but there's a Balaji
Angita.
Bhavan in Anna Nagar.
Angita.
Kuti Balaji Bhavan. Sangeeta is also good. Balaji Bhavan is
Angita is decent.
amazing. Balaji
Oh,
Bhavan
okay.
ka that Kuti, what is that? Mini tiffin. It's
For
yum.
that mini tiffin, I have to go some 30 kilometers. I live on the other side of the town. Okay. I'd rather
So
go to
for me,
Sangeeta,
that's
which is like
close.
close to my
But don't
place.
even remind me. I'm missing my filter coffee and things like that here. Okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
Very
Kerala is not that sorted when it comes to
Yeah.
South Indian veg
Even
breakfast. and
chai
all.
is good. Chai is good. And my
Chai
puttu
is epic,
kadala is good.
obviously.
And appam
Puttu
and
kadala
yam.
is good. But still, dude, like I've had that time like this once. So this was long back. I think this was in my 12th standard or something, and I was in Trivandrum for a while. Okay.
Okay.
And what a boring city. So obviously, so I don't know if you're that category of person. If you're getting bored, you start eating. Are you that?
I eat all the time, so it's I don't.
Acha. So I have that. So when I'm bored, I start eating. Okay.
Okay.
So what happened was, so what would happen is they would try getting breakfast for me in the morning, and this is not just me. There were like a lot of them, like one of those fam get-togethers where you have to be, but you don't want to be, that sort of a situation, right? And so you inevitably end up there. And after that, what happens is they tell me, Acha, so let's have breakfast, and I go somewhere. Okay. So the first thing is they don't have pongal there. And I find that strange because in Chennai or in any other place otherwise, right? First thing you'll have is one hot pongal they'll have. Nothing else will be there, but pongal will definitely be available, right?
Yeah.
This guy's like no pongal. And with every dosa that he was giving me one vada also. I'm like, dude, why are you stuffing this vada on me? Please, I want to like take this away. Can you like give it to me separately and stuff like that? Man, yeah. Though I did like Cochin. Come to Cochin occasionally. That's
also
that's a
because
right
I should tell
place.
you. So even I found, so I am also like, although I'm a Malayali, like I am a true blue Chennai because I spent most of my life there. How, like when I came to Kerala and I again like went to places in Kerala, I realized from district to district how the taste also changes. So generally
Yeah.
Trivandrum side, I think the spice and the sourness level of food is a little low. Tends to be a little more on the bland side, I guess. Compared to
Okay.
like I am basically a Kottayam person. Like so in my place, like spice, like we are known for our Kottayam style meen curry. So fish curry. So it's like red and spicy gravy with the fish pieces and all in it. So I am a person who prefers more spicy and like more sour kind of food. So, but then if you go to again like Kozhikode is the paradise of food. Like they have yummy food there, biryani, from their biryani to everything that they have there is like yummy. So
Right.
Kozhikode is some place, I think if you're like a true blue foodie, then in Kerala, I think Kozhikode is some place that you should actually explore. Kozhikode and Malabar side basically, Kozhikode, Kannur. Probably
You
once
mean the
all this is
northern
over.
side of Kerala, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that's true. So that side is like beautiful, like just to take a walk in the beach, and then like they have this something called Aisuratis, basically like how you have the goli, I mean, what do you call it? Gola, right? Gola, ice gola, right? So it's not gola, it's basically they'll put ice into it, and then you can make a choice of between three things, either sweet or like spicy or a mix of both. So what they do is they put in, if it's a mix of both, like I had a mix of both. So they put in like tutti frutti for the sweets. Then they have pickled amla or like pickled mango pieces will be there. No, that you put in like salt and vinegar thing. Other they'll put. And then they'll put like little bit of that channa kind of thing. So you have a mix of all this in ice. It's like a weird combination, but when you put it into your mouth, it's yum. Like I was like, why am I eating this? And then I take my first bite and I'm like, now I know why I'm eating this.
Nice. So that's so epic. So
Yeah.
so 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 you just wanted to get out of Chennai and then And
Yeah.
you just found this job here. Like, how did you apply for it? Is what I'm asking. See, how did you
I
narrow it down to Kerala?
randomly, honestly, like I sent like very random mails. I don't know what I was thinking, and I was just looking for a different job, and I just wanted to
Acha.
be somewhere else and do something different. So, likewise, I just like sent across my portfolio, my CV to a couple of radio stations here. I don't know why I chose Kerala, maybe because I thought I'd be comfortable with the language.
Okay.
Also, so also I think that's one reason that I applied in a couple of places, and I sent a mail to Radio Mango, I remember, and I got a reply from them a couple of days or weeks later. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is okay happening, I guess. So let's give it a shot. And I get a call from them,
Okay.
and then that's the process how
Then
it went.
that's how
Yeah,
it started through and stuff.
yeah.
So tell me something. So I'm sure like immediately they don't just put you on air, right? Like I'm sure there's like some intense amount of training
We
and
have
everything
a
involved,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, if
We
you can
do
talk
have
about it, if that's not non-confidential or whatever.
just I'll just give you like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
brief
yeah.
sort of
Yeah, just a
thing.
brief, just a brief.
We do have a training process wherein we see, and then like we're trained about like initially like around 2-3 weeks or something. I was trained by the seniors there, and then in each of the department, like I would be given an overview or overbrief of each of the department, including the technical, the
Side of
marketing
it.
department. I meet
Hmm.
everyone and things like that. And then
Hmm.
is when because like I said before, like many people think that this is an easy job. It might look fun. It is fun. Not might
It
look
is
fun. It
fun,
is
but the
fun.
spontaneity
It's
in
not
that
at all
thing
easy.
is just
Exactly.
insane.
Spontaneity is very important because what we handle in front of us or what we see in front of us is not one but three, four systems. So you have a side computer that you do your editing on. Then you have three screens in front of you, big screens, which give you the schedule of all the things that are coming up next. So be it the song list that's given, or be it when you are supposed to speak. And so you have a timing of like 1 minute that you can speak in. And
Acha.
if you want to speak for more than that, you have to pull in another timer. So, or a bed that we call in our technical terms, a bed that you pull in. So, if you don't do it on time, it immediately goes to the next thing. So, you speak over the next thing, which you're not supposed to do.
So that's like an unethical thing to do, sort of a thing.
Yeah, yeah. So, you are supposed to be like on time. You're supposed to keep your eyes on this and this at the same time. And when you want to play something from here, you're supposed to make sure that you put in enough time for that. And then once you're done speaking,
So are the songs? Sorry to cut
yeah.
you. Are the songs completely decided by you, or is there somebody else who sort of okay?
We have schedulers who schedule the songs. Songs are
Oh, okay.
completely decided by them.
Okay.
We just come, we play them, and then like we put them into the links if we want to and things like that to just beautify the link and stuff like that. But the
Right,
songs are
right, right,
completely
right, right.
decided by the music schedulers.
Okay,
And
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So, but then we also have to keep a look on all of these things if they're going, and we have something also like nothing should go out of the given time. Like everything should be perfect. If it's scheduled in that way, it should be scheduled properly. So, in case you are speaking for an extra 1 minute, and that maybe like screws up the entire system. So you have
Entire
to
schedule. Oh, okay. Like that.
so all that like timing, spontaneity, everything is important. Like there have been times when I've forgotten to switch off the mic and then I've spoken. There have been times like that. And
Okay.
even today, when I go in front of the system, I'm so nervous because honestly, like I said before, I'm very technologically like a little bit impaired too. So I'm very like, nervous when it comes to technology. So I'm just like, everything should be perfect. So there was times when like I forgot to switch off the mic and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, should I forgot to switch off mic? So I do that. So
Okay.
all that has gone on air. That is so because it was my first couple of days, I was forgiven for that mistake. That yeah, but yeah, all those things have happened. So you have to be very careful.
What is the producer's reaction like with something
Beautiful. You have to see my producer will be like, I look at him and then he like, this is his reaction. I'm like, oh. So then we are just like waiting for the next minute for a call to come. Hello, what happened? Sorry, sir. Sorry. It happened by mistake. Okay.
So how does this happen? So does the producer sit next to you, or is he like sitting on another room observing you?
No,
How
no, no.
does that work?
We sit in the same studio. The producer sits along
Okay.
with us too in the
Right,
studio,
right,
and
right, right,
yeah,
right, right.
that's how it works generally.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
damn interesting. Like I think this is the first time I'm actually like having one proper one-to-one with like one RJ friend who's an RJ, more than an RJ and a friend. It's more like a friend who's like an RJ.
Yeah, that's how you put it, I guess.
Yeah, man, our test was like, again, it was the last 6 months when I kind of just realized that I have to get out of that amazing BBM crowd and have to like do good for myself in life. And then when I said, okay, then we actually met. How did we meet? We met through the Pancharatnam. No, that's how all of us were sitting here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was and it was such an empowering feeling because you're sitting there and practicing and you were getting attendance for it in Christ University. Dude, you're like,
Oh my god, இவங்க எல்லாம் கேக்குறாங்களா அப்படின்னு
more than that, everything else you're getting attendance. Those who are seeing this, attendance and Christ University don't go along very well. I'm actually surprised that they locked down for Corona. Like,
I know, right?
Like,
I know.
A nuclear holocaust will happen and Christ will be like, nuclear bomb will not come hit our campus because we are not a part of this world only. What state?
We're aliens.
We are aliens.
I know.
Elon Musk put the plan to go to Mars? No. We are running secret society to put it there.
We are running Elon Musk.
I swear. Because I remember there was even a bomb blast that happened. This was quite long back. So do you remember there were these 7 low intensity bomb blasts that happened?
Yeah. Long back. Yeah.
12-13 years back, I think. Okay, and I remember. So my friend was in PU at that time, and I was in school at that time. And dude, the immediate this thing that they actually tell is stay in college, stay in campus. Okay, fine, no problem, awesome, safety and whatnot. They start taking classes after that, dude.
Oh god. Yeah, I remember even when we were on campus, there was some bunk for something, and they were like, "Yeah, there is attendance. Whoever is
any band, no matter what." Okay, except the lockdown because this shit is serious. Which again, I'm really surprised that they actually closed down because my first status, I remember like in a few days from there in Facebook, I'm like, I have a bigger question right now: is Christ University functioning or not? Like, I was so curious.
Yeah, Satyam, like that was a major thing because how much we needed to have 85% attendance.
85.
Yeah, when people were like, how was Christ? It was fun, right? I'm like, yeah, it was very much fun. 85% attendance was super fun, yeah.
Oh, please. For me, 85% was actually pretty decent. I'll tell you why. Because I used to have 95% in PU. So I did my PU also from Christ, okay? So 85% and all honestly look cute to me.
No, actually that when I went to Simbi, it was like 75 for us there, Symbiosis May. So and when people were complaining, I would look at them like this and I'd be like, bitch, please. Bitch, please, don't.
I swear, dude. Or nothing. You'll be like how they say go to Pakistan, you should say go to Christ University or something like that. These people,
Seriously, man. I'm like, you're complaining for 75. You don't know what we've been through, okay?
I swear, dude. Tell me what. But so I'm one level below you that way. Because I had 95 and then it got reduced to 85.
Yeah, 85.
So, dude, it was actually, I don't know, man. Like, I felt most of the people are actually dumb that way. People who figured it out, which some of them did, it's actually a very clever thing, right? So what you should do is, the initial 4-5 months of this thing, you should just make sure that you're regular and you're going, and you're generally making sure that you're taking classes and whatnot, okay? It's the last 2 months, you can do whatever you want, dude. Because so what used to happen, one of the semesters I remember, we used to get 3 hours continuous, but free. Yeah. So, and then the next hour will start at some 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock or something like that. And we would have 11 to 2 free, okay? So there were days I would just be like, screw this, and I would go home. Because we would just have 2 hours. And despite all this, I would somehow still easily, I would still have like more than 90% attendance and stuff like that. So I never had the problem. What most idiots in my class did, what they'll do is initially they'll bunk. They'll bunk like crazy, okay? They'll bunk and it'll like come down to some 80%, 75%, and after that they'll just go pay off fine. I'm like, dude, no. And then there was another, were you the user of this app called Bunkmate?
No.
Dude, no. Bunkmate was that app which was just put by one of the ex-Christites, okay? Which basically would tell you the number of classes you, so you just have to fill up the number of classes you attended and the number of classes you missed, total number of classes that have happened and the number of classes you missed. So, and if you just click on the particular number.
Yeah, and how many classes you can bunk. Yes.
Or how many classes you have to attend to make up to that attendance. Dude, yes, God bless that human being, dude. Like the amount the amount of blessing that person would have got to know. But like thought of this idea, Satyama, dude.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
for me,
Did
I
you
didn't.
use or a bunkmate?
I
Did you ever
used not
try?
this. I think I tried once. I don't remember, but I remember this app. I think maybe someone told me about it or something. But I generally I had my enough attendance, so I don't.
So you never
Yeah.
had that problem.
Yeah.
You're
Like
That person, that person.
that
Even
person, that
I'm
person.
honestly, dude, even I am that person, okay?
Yeah.
But we used to have this thing called holistic education, no? That once in a week hour.
Yeah. I
Where
know.
they used to, yeah. So holistic education problem was that if you bunked on the day of holistic education, your attendance will drop down like mad. So if you say it was like a 1:4 ratio. So if you missed one class, you had to attend 4 classes to like make up to it. And that was one of the main reasons to actually download it. Otherwise, everything else is pretty sorted to me.
You see, for me also same thing. I had like proper attendance. Only thing I would bunk classes for was for like our music things, which we would
Ah,
definitely get attendance for.
got
Or
attendance
we
for.
had CCTV then, like Christ Campus Television. So we'd be running behind that because that was important. And then again, we were in the choir, so choir was also important. So,
Okay. I was never a part of the
and
choir.
so like that way, like attendance was sorted also. So I didn't have an issue like bunking or whatever.
Oh, that is damn cool, dude. That is damn cool. But you were in the cult team, were you? You were more on the choir on the other side, no?
Yeah, yeah.
You were
I
never
was
on the
in.
cult team side of things. Yeah, yeah, man. So much memories. Did you go to Bangalore anytime before this? Before Corona, please.
Yeah, the last time I went was I think 2 years ago. Actually, yeah, I think 2 years ago I went to Bangalore.
Holy shit, that's a long time, dude.
Yeah, it's a long time. I was actually like talking to my friend and I was like, shit, I haven't visited Bangalore in such a long time. I need to
Yeah.
go. Yeah, but then I remember passing through Christ and going, and I was like, okay.
Oh, dude, that's like that. That was like me every time I go there because I have to somehow go to Koramangala to meet somebody or something like that. Nowadays, fortunately, I live in JP Nagar, right? Nowadays, you don't actually have to get out of JP Nagar because the number of places that have opened up there, dude, it's like it was waiting for it to happen. Okay, they're like, oh, now you people have moved out. Wait, now a lot of places will come over there. Fucking 10 years I lived there, nothing came up. Okay, everything Koramangala, Indranagar,
Yeah, I
LNG Road.
remember. I was also in JP Nagar. I stayed in JP Nagar too. I remember there was not many things there. Like you have to
Now
always.
there's everything. You don't have to step out of JP Nagar at all now.
Yeah. Oh,
That's how
that's
epic it
pretty
will come.
sorted.
Yeah. Like, dude, you're like, so you hit a stone, you hit a brewery there. That's how epic it's become, okay?
Oh wow!
Yeah, dude,
And JP
it's
Nagar is
crazy.
something that I really liked because it was a nice residential wise also. It was like nice area and stuff.
Now
So
it's
that must be.
both. So you have your share of nice biryani places and everything, and you have your nice share of food places, those chota mota food places, and then you have those epic South Indian joints, and then you have your it's literally has everything right now, dude. If there is some idiot, if there's some idiot who's actually going to Koramangala, you're going there because you're being coerced to go. Because I'm damn clear now. I'm like, Anta, you come to JP Nagar. This is the favor you owe us. For bloody 10 years coming to you people, this is the favor all you guys owe us. Did you ever face that Koramangala Indranagar situation where they'll get out of Indranagar and then they'll be like, oh my god, have we come to Mysore? And have you ever had that this thing? Because I used to have those friends, man. Those people are, dude, they deserve a special place in hell. I don't know whether you had such people. But
No, I didn't have that
Worst.
people for me because I spent 3 years only in Bangalore during my college time, so it was
oh
like
yeah,
exploring for me. So
yeah,
yeah, I had
so
fun.
So yeah, because I used to so I still have friends, no, had rather. What this was back in work, I think. One of those days I took the car and parents weren't home, so these guys said, hey, you know what, we'll just come over and whatever. I said, okay, cool. And worst thing to do, I tried picking him up from Embassy Golf Links. Okay, Embassy Golf
Okay.
Links at 8 in the evening. That is that 100 feet road in Indranagar. Just
Huh.
worst place to be in at that point. But I nonetheless decide, so I'm just like, hey, you know what, never mind, I'll just go. And with all the traffic and barring, I pick up this guy. Dude, we crossed 2 kilometers. We reached St. John's. Okay. And this
Okay.
guy is like, have we already reached? Trust me, dude.
I know. I feel you. I feel you.
Punctually felt like giving them.
And also with the Bangalore traffic and everything, I remember like I had a scooter, but I never used. I got a chance to ride it because I would always walk along with it. I'm like 3 years I haven't ridden my scooter. So I'm like, yeah, okay.
So you used to come from this thing in scooter only, no?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
see you in the
Initially,
parking lot
the
also very often.
first year I didn't have a scooter. So first year I used to travel by bus or like auto and things like that. And then second year, half or something only I got my scooter after a lot of
because
confusion.
I met you midway my second year only, and I remember
Yeah.
we even used to like bump into each other in the parking lot below and stuff like
Yes,
that. The legendary no network zone parking lot where we used to go.
yes.
Yeah. No, so which road were you taking? Were you taking the straight road or were you coming inside the SG Pale route? That were you coming like that? The
Initially, I was the
road,
good
no?
girl and coming through the straight road. Then I was like, this is not going to work. So I used to come through.
Balls.
I fell there so many times also. I'm like, I
Are you
don't care. I'm
serious?
using this road. Yeah, like so many because it's such a putty. Like sometimes when it's
So,
raining and all, it's very slippery. So I'm like, I don't give a damn. I'm not taking the bigger route. I would fall. I would still take this route.
dude, I've had a dog chase me for like 200, 300 meters, and I'm still like, no, SG Palya means SG Palya only. Loyal customers of SG
Yeah,
Palya.
man. And like initially I used to be so happy. Wow, nobody knows this way, so like we can easily take it. Then one day I go, everybody's there on that road. I'm like, yo, in the road is
I
vacha.
can never imagine like these kids who used to come in car and all, no? Like man, like that is a different privileged uphill battle altogether, dude. Coming through SG Palya in a freaking car, and that was
Yeah.
that 8:55 time because 9 o'clock your bell rings and you have to like get your attendance sorted. Oh man.
And the guard is not going to let you in if you even are a bit
Dude,
late.
guards. You think MLAs in your area, for the listeners listening, if you think MLAs in your area hold more than par, come to Christ University, try messing around with the guard, dude. So I went once, no? I went to the t-shirt and jean.
Uh-huh.
That guy flipped. Like he flipped his nuts out. He's just like, who are you? What are you? I'm like, hey, alumni, go. Man, what you do? Go. Okay. And then they were like, who are you coming to meet? I'm like, so I had a staff to meet because they kind of approached me for some music related this thing. And I was like, I will work this thing. He's like, oh, ugly person, I was like, I won't come next time. What you did? And I just walked, and it was so empowering to just like talk to him in that tone, dude. Or not that idiot. The amount of power abuse that idiot has done with people, man.
Yeah, there were some nice people too. Like some,
Yeah, of
I
course,
still
of
remember
course.
there were some people who were like, others like won't even smile at you, but there are some who would be like, at least you like, you don't have to be scared of them. Like we are also human beings. Please consider us as human beings,
Dude,
kind
they
of
used to
people.
flip. Remember, a lot of these guards used to actually flip out at them when you would like go hug, when you would hug somebody of the opposite gender or something like that. They would flip their shit
Yeah,
out.
I remember wearing leggings and coming in once, and they were like, "Hey, kya pehna? Jao, go change and come." How did you know the difference between a legging and a pajama?
Been there, done that. That women will be like, hey, you are asking me difference. I will tell you cloth material difference. What?
I am sure.
The
I'm sure you
scene.
have done that.
That is literally the scene.
I'm like, oh, this is also not going to work with him.
Dude, how is the social media frenzy been, dude? Because I've seen like you have two pages. So one page is obviously the personal this thing which I'm assuming is a private profile, and the other one, holy shit, dude, you just have to put a full stop on your profile. See, this is something which purely makes me happy and jealous at the same time. Okay, because because there have been so many times like yeah man, like I've just seen you just put to a nothing and everybody's commenting. I'm just like yay, என்னடா அது? What is that?
No.
What is that? What is that? Just take me through this thing, no? See, you became an RJ, and then you found a voice of your own, and then there were people who took that effort out to take you and add you on social media and follow you on Instagram, and how do you actually end up saying, okay, you know what, I'll make this content for this particular profile? Like, how does that work for you? Because I'm somebody who sucks at content building, okay? Like anybody who looks at my Instagram, they look at me, they're like, you're a singer, huh? You actually sing, huh? You're a musician, huh? Oh wow, okay. We didn't know this. Because it's so full of memes. Nobody figures it out only. So how was it for you to just put content, and let's face it, you have a good amount of followers in a short span of time that you've sort of started it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's say even so I don't know, the last I saw it was about 2.5 grand followers or something like that. No, 2.5 or 2,700 people following you or something like that. Let's say plus or minus 300, 400 people you follow are people who have probably like grown up with you or known you in one way or another or in some capacity or another, but the others are just people who have seen you from that radio image. So how do you actually work on your content and you see, or do you have somebody whom you sort of that godfather or godmother you kind of refer to, and you're like, do you think I should put this, or do you think I should not put it? Like, how does that work? Please just take me through that process, no?
So generally, whatever we speak on the radio also is discussed and monitored and things like that, right? Like we have a
Yeah,
producer, we sit
of
along
course.
with the producer, we discuss what we're going to talk in the show, and then we have to get it approved by our program manager, who approves the content or says, do news. And like I said before, it's all positive thoughts. So even if you're taking a news article, it's about finding positive angles to it or like fun angles to it. We're all about entertainment and fun. So not just mostly like with our show, what we try to do is mostly not just through newspapers, but also a lot of observation. Personal observations is what we try and because see, if you have a story, personal story to say, that story is only going to be yours. Nobody else is going to say that story like you say it.
Okay.
But if you're giving me a news article, you can say it, another person can also say it. But
Right.
then in that news article, if you have a personal angle, that story is just yours. That's where you specialize it, right? Or like you make it more personal and make it more like entertaining.
Right.
So,
Right.
so when we on the radio also, when we speak about such content, if we feel that this content is like video worthy, or if we feel that this content will do like wonders if it's taken into video and then put it out there, then we go ahead and do that. Like for example, as a part of our show, like we did a story on the first robot restaurant that was in there in Cochin. So we decided to go to the restaurant, and before the inauguration, we did a video with the robot itself. So we took a video there and we put it up on Instagram. It was pretty like
This was your
good
profile
response.
or the Radio Mango's
No,
profile?
in my profile. So
Okay.
myself and RJ Karthik, we are
Right.
co-jobs. We do our show together, Kochi Superfast.
Right.
So we put
Right.
it up on our own pages, like both our pages. Like we shared this video. Then there's this video of this little boy who was doing like sports commentary in his school. So he was trying to imitate this commentator called Shaiju Damodaran, who's a very famous,
I see.
like sports commentary person here in Kerala. So
I see.
we had gone to their school and taken a small video with the boy and everything, and with his class and stuff. And Shaiju himself shared it on his page. So it got like pretty good views and like reach out there as well. So this is usually how we take our content, and all these is come through personal observations or through word of mouth more than newspaper articles, because what we do is we actually go to the city every day. Like during the time when we were there in office, we try and go for a ride or like for a drive through the city after our show, or in between during our show, one of us sits in the studio, one of us goes out, because we want to get the pulse of the city. So how the city feels at that time, and what if there are stories that we can collect. So these are like personal observations. Like for example, if there's a road that has footpath which is not like properly placed, maybe one or two have come out, so we talk about it in a way that we can play hopscotch there, so people understand, okay, this is the road that you have to be careful about, but we don't tell it in a way that you have to be careful.
You have to
So we
yeah.
tell it in a different way. So that's how
Yeah.
usually a content works. So social media content also, generally whatever we speak on the radio, if we feel that that's social media worthy, we usually, or a video worthy, we usually put it up there.
Okay.
Otherwise, in terms of stories and stuff, it's just very random stuff that I like usually go in the morning and I feel like, okay, let me do, like, for example, today I put up a story because I was back in studio after this 1 month lockdown, finally for live. So I put up a story about that, and I put up a story about the music and my console, because it's so nice to get back into that.
Get
So
back,
generally
right.
that. And in terms of the listeners or the followers that you were asking about, most of the followers are listeners itself who listen to my show, and then that's how, like, so even during the show we promote our pages, not just promote our pages, we also talk about how if we're talking about some video, we'll be like, so this video is put up on my page, you can go check it out and you can send a message to me. So there are followers like that. Then there are followers who used to be listeners who have probably left the city but still want to be in touch with you or in touch with the show, so they still follow you.
Nice.
So like there are people who are in the UAE and all that stuff who still message me to date saying that I miss your show, and like I miss Kerala and all that stuff. So these messages actually like put a huge smile on your face and make your day. Then you feel like you are putting a smile on someone's face. That's the biggest thing that I can do.
You can do. Yeah. That's the least and the biggest thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Any do you think anything else you'll probably want to talk about? Because there is no length to this and all. I'm telling you. You want to talk more? We can talk. You want to stop? Stop now. Anything else?
I don't know if there's anything else per se to talk about. It's just like, honestly, like nothing is planned or nothing is like pre-planned
Nice.
things like that. Everything is just spontaneous as it is. And I am also a person who's very spontaneous. Something that I get blamed for also sometimes. Why haven't you planned this? I'm like, I don't
What are
think
you
I should
saying?
plan it.
It is so cool because like I keep calling people for this, right? And there's also a Carnatic musician that I interviewed.
Yeah.
You people should go check it out, please. Okay,
Link below.
so
You have to say all that.
link below. I am not that cool, and also so for that, no, what happens is like I'll have to like put it in the link below or something like that. Like I can't keep like a card or something because my profile is not yet reached there or one of those school. It doesn't have one of those school verifications from Google or whatever. So yeah, and I remember the first thing he told me was, "Hey bro, I'm a bro, பயங்கரமா பண்ணலாம் bro," and stuff. And this person like proper Carnatic vocalist, like he's like. And he's somebody who's like, I don't want to sing for movies, and it's just that I want to pursue. And initially, obviously, when I was like a little this thing to take him, and because I mean, he's actually a really nice person, very sweet person. Okay, but we slowly started talking, and we started jamming so much, and the entire footage just came up to so much, and I'm there, and he was just like, bro, this was so good, and it didn't feel like it was passing through at all. So yeah, man, lack of spontaneity. See, lack of non-spontaneity is always
That's
an
what.
amazing thing.
And it always works for me, I guess. Like even to say like a simple thing as a trip. Whenever I plan something, I have to go here. It never happens. Okay. But if I spontaneously say, "Come, let's go," I'm not even kidding. It actually happens. Like it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it happens to me. So
Story
I'm a
time.
person. I'm a
Some
person.
story.
Some story means Goa trip. Goa is
Ah.
something that I think everyone can relate to. Goa trip never happened, right?
Never happens.
So once we were on campus, we were in Pune, and we are like five of us friends. We decided we'll go to Goa. So we've been planning this since first year. Okay, first year length we've been planning, and it never happened. Then one fine study holiday break, we decided that we're getting break for like a couple of days, and we're like, let's go. Where? Goa. Podama, serious ava, polame, va. Immediately booked off tickets, packed bags, and left.
Nice. See,
5 days we were in Goa.
nice. I've never been to Goa except about these few months back. That was for a thing that I went to sing for.
Okay, okay. That's
But I could obviously couldn't spend a lot of time there because I was obviously busy with the program rehearsals and everything. And I don't
you
think
should
after
visit
this.
Goa. I mean, it's a nice place,
Yeah, it's
and
lovely.
you
Lovely
should
city.
visit north side of Goa. Usually, everybody goes to the south side of Goa, but
Okay.
you should visit the north side too because that's a different feel altogether. It's a different vibe altogether. So
Right. I was living very close to the airport. So obviously I could do a lot of crazy things because obviously I had a program to like sing for and stuff like that. So I had to make sure that I was keeping everything together and all that, right? But
yeah, you should go
whatever
for
little
this
we did go,
separately.
yeah, I know. With all that's been happening, I don't think, man, even stepping out to a provision store has like become such a scary little thing to do.
I know, not anytime soon, but yeah, once everything settles down, I think even I'm like planning where I should go next because that's the only way. Like I love traveling, so another way to keep myself motivated and happy is to think about where I can plan my trip to next and all that stuff. So I've just been like thinking, I don't know. Actually, I was planning before this corona hit and everything. I was planning a trip in July to Kasol, but now that this is like this, I don't know when.
I think 2021
Puttukala. I'm still being positive. I mean, not in July, obviously, but
no, it's a reality. Okay, let's face it. It's this is not one of those. It's such a it's one of those. Should I say, partially. Like finally, okay, people are realizing, oh man, finally, because let's face it, our media has always like even like the most sensitive things. Sometimes I've just realized they call that I don't know in journalism if there's like a terminology for this. It's that 1 week storyline. No, everything becomes a 1 week story. A shelf life of a 1 week story. And can you imagine something we can't see at the blink of an eye? We can't. It's freaking invisible to us. It's broken through all that. It's just surpassed all that stuff, and it's really sad that despite all this, a lot of idiots actually are still not realizing like the seriousness behind it, and
like honestly, like also like so to think of it in a positive way, this lockdown has actually given us a time to think a lot
just
Just about
in
ourselves, yeah.
terms of like in terms of changing ourselves and like bettering ourselves, there are people who are doing that also. Obviously, we should see that as well. At the same time, like you said, there's something that annoys me also when people don't understand. People uh, are too overconfident at some time,
No,
and
actually, they love theatrics. I'm telling you, no.
yeah.
As an overpopulated any overpopulated country you see, no,
Hmm.
it will have its share of idiots. Okay, and the only way you can say, I might sound very draconian, I might sound very like very Castro-ish with this, but I think that's the kind of approach that you need to take. You need to really have the iron fist down and like I'm sure. See, of course, my neighbor, these people are a little sane enough, but like I see footages, especially so Chennai has been one of those cities where the numbers have been very difficult to like get it down and
Yeah.
things like that,
Yeah.
right? And like that's what needs to happen, dude. Like I hope this doesn't happen, but if someone in the neighborhood gets it, okay, some dude in a hazmat suit needs to come தர இழுத்துட்டு போனாதான் நம்மளுக்கு அந்த பயம் உள்ள இறங்கும் இல்லைன்னா
Did
நம்மளுக்கு
you see that
இறங்காது.
video the other day? I don't remember where exactly, but somewhere in Tamil Nadu, these cops, so they're waiting at this checkpost, and then these three guys are coming on on one bike.
அந்த ட்ரக்குக்குள்ள ஏத்தி they put them in the ambulance and they faked it and stuff like yeah.
Yeah, so
No,
I was
see,
like,
now in that, no, there was in no way that they were getting out for an emergency reason. There was in no way that they were getting out.
clearly.
So obviously I'll be uploading this a little late, but
Yeah.
as of I think today should be the last day if I'm not wrong. So from Sunday to Wednesday, I'll just put the date on this thing. Okay, from Sunday to Wednesday, there was actually like a full lockdown, Maniki. So if you're stepping out of the house for anything, so if you're taking out your two-wheeler out, you had to have a pass. So if a
Yeah.
police catches you, no matter how genuine the reason is, if you do not have a pass, it's a punishable offense.
Yeah.
Because of who? It's because of idiots like this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally get that. That's what even I've been trying to say to people, like even during the show or whatever, wherever I can possibly get a chance to say this. That's what I've been saying. Because see, like, if not, they don't think about themselves. I mean, like, or anybody else. They're going to infect others also. In case one person gets the amount of spread more than, like, I think death. It's more about how contagious this thing is. That's what is scary about it. And at least they should think about all those people who are out there tirelessly and effortlessly working for us, including the police officers, health
Yeah,
workers,
man. Like I can't.
doctors, government,
Yeah, dude.
everybody who's doing this beautiful
I
job.
know,
They are not
yeah.
going home. Like I saw this video the other day, and it actually had me in tears. Where I was somewhere in Andhra Pradesh or something, where this doctor, so she's not going home because she has to be at the hospital because of the number of cases. So her little daughter must be 3 or 4 years old. She's crying for her mother, and she's standing at a distance with her father on the bike, and this mother is standing on the opposite side of the road, and she's like, "Amma, you come, you come." So she's like, "I can't come." And people who are standing there, the fellow doctors who are standing with her are also tearing up because she can't stand like that sight of not being able to be with her child. How many people are like that? How many police officers are there? Like there was a photo of police officers sleeping on the roads the other day. They're out there working tirelessly, like, and at least this we can do for them. All they've asked us to do is sit at home for some
Yeah,
more
you
time.
know. And it's going to be for a long time because I don't know if you follow the school scene. CBSE has issued a notice that at least until September, if things are
Yeah,
going to be continuing this way till
yeah,
September, your schools are not going to be open and things like that.
yes.
So, man, so I think wanderlust and everything has to be unfortunately put onto a break, and you have to just
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I mean, obviously, that's why I said like that's something that motivates me to go through. This is the fact that I know that even though it's going to take time, we give it some time, and then we get out. We're going to definitely go back into
yeah,
our
totally.
whatever we can do. So it's just a matter of couple more months or whatever it is. It's just I know it's difficult, but I
No,
also
no,
know
it's
that we
not.
can do it.
No, it's not difficult. If Tushara is just being nice about it, I'd rather portray you the grim this thing. It's not difficult. Even if it is difficult, shut the fuck up and stay at home. Period. There's nothing more to this. Okay. Any parting words before you know?
Parting words, nothing much. It's just that I like
RJ
why
tone.
I said
RJ tone.
RJ talk. RJ talk coming in. So why I said no, why I mainly said that was also because why I said it was difficult is because there are a lot of people who are actually mentally very stressed out. Like I can see that in my own family. My dad, for example, my dad has been I mean, is a workaholic, okay? Is a hardcore workaholic, and he's always been like work, 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 work. And all of a sudden, he's put at home, and he's like, "What the hell? I have to work
What's
from this
happening?
space. I can't like go out meet people." So I am like, although he's not saying it, but I'm seeing how much stressed out he is, or like people. When I talk to people, and I realize that a lot of people are actually very stressed out sitting at home because they're not used to it, including me. I was having a very difficult time. I was getting very anxious because I am someone who meets people every time. Like I go out, I'm surrounded by people, I'm surrounded by chatter, and suddenly all that stopped. All the silence is like, what the hell? Why so much like this one sort of a thing? So it was mentally fucked up. But then that's why I said like even though it's difficult, we can get through this. It's not very difficult for us to get through this, and we can sit at home. We can do things that make us a little bit like less stressed. Like probably like music is the best solution for me. Music works. Whenever I'm stressed or whenever I feel very low, I go and just plug in my earphones and listen to music, and I feel better for that time being. Do whatever makes you happy. Like stay at home, stay safe, but do whatever makes you happy within that little space. Because now we realize that we can do so many things in this limitation. People are doing photo shoots. People are making movies sitting at home. So, dude, this is not even like something that you can't get over. You whatever is like utilize whatever you have. Don't waste anything. Like don't waste your time. Don't waste food. Like these are the times you should realize these things. And more than anything, just like love yourself. Like this is the time to love yourself. Like explore yourself. So I think, yeah, that's the message I have. I guess.
That's so well put. I was actually thinking of like slightly putting something, but I think that's just going to ruin it. So, on that parting note, such a high you've kind of ended it on now. See, the thing is, if I obviously now end up saying black is black, white is white, and all means it's obviously going to ruin everything. See, look at your face and that Moochi only reads it all. Okay, so I'm not going to say anything. One more episode. Okay.
Okay.
1 hour if you can't see means divide. Take one paper, book, write down where you passed last. Next time you want to watch means from there you resume. Instagram is there for that. Okay. And I will put RJ Tushara's profile also. Follow her. Okay. You see her RJ tone, no, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Hey, இதுதான் இப்போ RJ tone. Same ஆயிடுத்து. See what I got.
ஆயிடுத்து. That's like full Palakkad Brahmin accent.
Yeah, not Palakkad Brahmin. Sister, I have a lot of.
ஆயிடுத்து என்ன பண்றது? See, appa, at least some is thing I gave. See, this is the beauty of spontaneity. On that parting note.
Yes.
La 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 la. You also do some la 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 la. No?
Oh, okay. What la 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 la.
Super, dude. Super. Oh.
Okay.
Welcome to CCTV. I am Tushara and Matthew, your anchor for the day. CCTV brings to you a special broadcast on Blessed Chavra, who will be canonized as a saint on 23rd November 2014. Man is the basic unit of society. Great men never forget to leave their imprint on the pages of history. Though they pass away from the world, they live in the heart of the people. The life of Father Kuriakos Elias Chavra, a monk of extraordinary sanctity, a man of dynamic personality with broad vision, ever remains an inexhaustible source of inspiration to all those who care to look at him.